I'm sitting here with Call Me Karizma. Hi.
Thank God you found me. This park is too big. We had a meetup and we found
You've been releasing a bunch of new music recently.
Yeah.
And your album's coming up.
Uh-huh.
Now you're staying in Amsterdam and I managed to get a hold of you.
Yeah. Well, it was crazy because we're just kind of on a holiday, me and my girlfriend, and we were in Spain, like Barcelona, and then she wanted to come to Amsterdam because she's never been here. You know, go to all the places everyone goes to, and then we're going to Paris in a couple days.
How do you like it so far?
Oh, I love it here. It's very like chill, I mean, there's tons of people like in the red light district and stuff, but everyone's like, minds their own business, everyone's biking. But I opened an Uber door, like a taxi or whatever, and I almost hit a biker, and he's like, started swearing at me in Dutch or whatever, and I'm like, oh crap. Other than that, it's been really good. So.
Yeah. When's your album releasing?
I don't know, we keep pushing it back because I keep making new songs and we keep adding songs, but it looks like September 9th, 10th, something like that, mid-September, and then we have a whole tour planned, and so we want to put it out at least like a week before the tour officially starts. So.
And what's your writing process like? You just said you keep on adding more songs, but...
Yeah. So I mean, essentially I'll just like get a guitar loop or a piano, and then I like have in my notes, it'll have like a phrase, like a couple days ago we were in Barcelona and I almost stepped on a tomato, and then I'm like, you know, like the phrase throwing some like tomatoes at someone, I was like, oh, that'd be a good idea. So then I just write that down, and eventually if I find a sound that like brings that out, then I'll write about it. It's pretty simple. I write the whole song just to one guitar loop, and then I'll add drums and stuff later.
Is there a favorite song you have on the new album?
There's a song called Blood, and that's by far like the craziest song. So
Interesting.
Yeah. I played it live on this last European tour. I didn't come to Amsterdam.
No, you didn't come to Amsterdam.
That's why I had to come here before.
By the way, there's a bunch of fans sitting here for the people who cannot see it.
There's like 1,000 of them.
1,000 of them.
Yeah. Don't flip the camera, but there's like a lot of people here. No, it's cool. We come back for a concert, and the thing is like, I did this right before the pandemic. I went to Germany, played shows, but did like meetups in parks, and there was like 15, 20 people, and then we came back and sold out the shows, 2 years later. So that's kind of what my goal is here, get the fans to come, and then if they want to have a concert, then I'll come back. So,
yeah. Is there also a certain goal you have in mind with this album, or is it just fun releasing music? Or?
Well, it's my first album with this new record label I'm with, so we're doing it real this time. Like, we got the printout of the vinyl and everything with like a little booklet inside with all the like handwritten lyrics of mine, and it's pretty cool.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Is there also, like you just mentioned, Blood, is there a song or a lyric on the new album which is more special to you than other songs?
The song Sad Money is really special, and just because of the lyrical content, but then there's one song I produced myself. I played, all the instruments on it, and it's called Fire Out. It's the last song on it, and it's the most personal song I've probably ever written. It's like sad and slow, so it might not like stream well, but I don't care. Like, I wanted it to be on the album because I think an album should be a body of work that it starts at the beginning, you get into it, and then at the end it kind of closes the chapter on what it is. And I think a lot of people just put out random songs these days, which is fine, but I want something that people can hold on to, like a vinyl or a CD or a project that they can listen to front to back, and then be like, that was, I was 16 when I heard this album, and like they remember it for their whole life, kind of thing,
Was there also a certain place where more inspiration came from during the writing process of this album?
A lot of the songs, I have this song called Didn't You on there. There's a Sad Money. I wrote a lot of these probably like 2 or 3 years ago. Actually, in one of the songs, it's called Didn't You, I wrote it it had to be like 2019, because in the lyrics I say I'm 23, and now I'm 27, so it's crazy that it takes that long for a song to finally come out, but it was the right time. So,
what made your lyrics like sound so raw in comparison to some other artists?
I think a lot of people make songs that are kind of not generic as in bad, but just kind of trying to relate to everyone, so they just make it very simple. And I just write it exactly how I'm feeling. And I think sometimes that kind of polarizes my songs to where some people are like, oh, he's too like blunt about things, or he swears too much, or he's like says things that are maybe like not offensive, but can kind of be like, ooh, he just said that. But those are like, when I grew up, Eminem was my favorite artist, and even like Green Day and stuff, they were, there's politicians in the U.S. trying to like ban their music, and we just got banned from TikTok. So like, it's kind of like following in the footsteps of who I grew up listening to, and if the mainstream of people don't like it now, like whatever. I don't care. So.
And of course, when your new album comes out, everyone expects you to tour.
Yeah.
When's that happening?
So we got our first festival. It's in America, like September 9th or 10th. I don't know. It's a 2-day festival. We haven't gotten the day I play. Fall U.S. winter tour. February, March UK or EU UK headline tour. Australia tour April, May, and then a U.S. tour in May and June. And then festivals in Europe July, August. September, October it would be a South America tour hopefully, and then do like a big U.S. tour with some, like open up for someone, you know, like a bigger band or something to try to gain more fans type thing. So.
Oh, that would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, are there certain places you already know you want to visit?
I mean, Australia. Like, "Sad Money" was the last big song we put out, and like 4 out of the top 10 cities listening to it were in Australia. It's crazy. And 8 out of the top 12 were not in America. So I think I might just move to Europe and just be big here.
It's great here.
Yeah, it is. It's nice.
Very important questions, of course.
Yeah.
Will Tucker join you on tour?
Tucker. Diana has to meet Tucker first. Once she comes to America, important. She can meet Tucker. But funny, I wanted to bring him to. It was like a different state, and he's not ready for it yet. He's still a little puppy. Because my mom, she likes taking dogs that people can't take care of and things like that. Even if, like, she got a dog that was 10 and took care of him until he died, and she's doing that now. So she loves doing that. So I keep Tucker with Mom as much as possible.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
What do you hope to experience on tours? Like certain things you hope for?
Sold out shows.
Sold out shows.
That's the goal. Like, because you see other artists, like, you know, you see the MGKs and Youngbloods and Grandsons, the guys that, like, people sometimes like compare me to some artists like that, and I don't get offended because they're awesome and they're doing huge things. So I want to be that. I want to have 5,000 people show up and, you know, like outside the venue, like you see Youngblood playing and stuff. I think that's awesome. I don't look at things like envious like that. I want that, and I think we can have that. And I think my music's just as good. It just hasn't gotten heard yet, you know. So that's the goal. Sold out shows and then keep climbing each one.
Talking about touring and playing shows and stuff and traveling, let's focus a bit more on you. If you could like travel anywhere in the world, where would you want to go?
We've been a lot of places.
Not per se for a tour, but just
not even
in general.
for tour. Japan looks fun. I mean, it seems like chaotic and things. Like there's cities like New York City and Tokyo and places like this that are like bustling. I probably wouldn't want to live there, right? But I would love to visit it for a day just to see what it's like. I went to the red light district last night. That is another world, man. Like, it's crazy. Just like that. So like I think every city has something that someone wants to see. So I couldn't really pinpoint a place. But yeah, Japan, Asia, I've never really been there. So.
What passions do you have other than music?
Working with kids. I just got my bachelor's degree. I don't know if it's at university. It's like a 4-year degree. It took me 9 years to get, but I got it. And it's to work with kids. So the degree is early child care and development. I worked at like YMCA. I don't know if you know what those. They're like youth places for kids, and I think it's amazing. So and I get to meet, you know, young, like it's crazy. There was like a 5 or 4-year-old at one of my concerts with their mom. Like she was 30, you know, like she was a fan growing up, and then she had a baby and still is my fan. And it's crazy to see. It's just amazing what, you know, music can do, and, you know, hopefully I can incorporate music into helping younger people. So it's for sure a passion of mine.
In your song "Let Me Go," you talk about a song you wrote when you were 10, your first song.
Yeah.
Do you still have that song?
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah. I have a notebook of songs that says like October to December 2012 on it. Wow. Like a notebook of, and it's just like a stack of notebooks this high. That was before that was like when you had phones that didn't have notes in them. Like you couldn't write your songs in notes. You literally wrote your songs. Yeah. So I still have that. I think the last one was probably 2015 or 16, and then you started writing songs in your phone. But I think the earliest one is probably 2007 or 8, where I had a notebook, and I still have a bin of them. So we'd have to pull it out one time. Maybe I'll do like a giveaway or something. Like if you get merch, you get something like that. Just take it and read through them.
Do you also have the recording that you made when you were 12?
I can probably find them on MySpace or something. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Like the thing, I would take like like a recorder.
Yeah.
Like you buy at a store for like $10. I would do that. I would go on YouTube, play it through like a laptop speaker, and the laptop was like this thick, and I'd put it there, and then I'd go and like start it at the same time, and then I'd have my notebook and like record the song, and then I would plug it into my computer like USB, upload it to the computer, and then put it on MySpace. It's crazy. Wow. Yeah.
So after this, we'll be digging into MySpace and then.
Yeah, well, you'll find something. There's like Bandcamp and things like that from like 2010, 11, 12 that you can find. So.
And you have a girlfriend, as some may know.
Yeah.
Is she willing to come sit with us right now?
Hey, phone girl, you want to come over here? Say one thing. Come with. Yeah, that's my girl.
How did you guys meet?
How'd we meet?
In Moscow, in Russia.
So at a concert in Russia.
I went to some concert.
You went to
Oh,
that
that's
concert?
cool.
Yeah.
And I hate him.
No,
I just-
it's okay. No, she went there. It was funny, and then she posted on Instagram, and I was like, my manager said reposted, and he's like, dude, I followed that girl forever. He's like, she's like the hottest. It was so funny, and then I'm like, okay, whatever. And then the next day, right? Next day,
Yeah,
we went.
But I told, when I was concert, I told to my friend, my girlfriend, I say, hey, so cute guy, maybe you will have fun with him, texting him.
Yeah, she was trying to
And
set
then
me up with her
next day-
friend. So I thought that was kind of funny. So yeah, that's how we met.
Mhm.
So we meet in Europe all the time. We've met in Bahrain. I don't know, where's that? What is that country? There's that country. And then Maldives. And then where else have we gone? And then she came to my Europe tour, a bunch of shows. So yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Do you have also a favorite memory of you guys together?
I can't talk about it.
Every day is. Oh yeah, she can't say. She's got a dirty mind. I probably. But no, every day is good. Is that all questions for this one? Or do you have more?
I think so.
Okay. See, you
Or
did great.
something
Good
else.
job.
You recently released a remix.
Yeah.
Vacuum Boy.
Yep.
Why do you like vacuum so much? And what is your favorite vacuum?
It's so funny. I wrote that song when I was doing this like Europe thing in 2020 before the pandemic. This was like in January. I decided to have a meetup in Europe, which was like it's freezing, just like in the U.S. at this time. And I was going to Norway, and this meetup, I went all the way to Norway, flew there, and 2 people showed up, and one of them flew from like Finland or came from Finland. So it was like one Norwegian person showed up. Anyways, so someone's like, hey, I can't come to the meetup, but I have like a studio, I make music. And I had this like idea kind of written at a hotel. I didn't have anything else. It was just like, they call me Vacuum Boy, I suck at everything. Like that was my whole thing. And then we recorded it there, and then it came out later. So I don't know if it's like a vacuum thing. Like it was more just like a self, denigrating thing where I'm like, I suck at everything, like a vacuum.
So you have no favorite vacuum?
No. If they sponsor me, then I'll maybe do that.
I also recently asked a bunch of fans for questions.
Yeah.
And I picked out 10 of those.
Yeah.
First one, Lily asked them.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have social anxiety, and how do you deal with that?
I have a different type of anxiety. I have like health anxiety where I think so I don't like get nervous for this. I love, like this is my favorite part, is meeting fans and people, because you write songs in your phone or bedroom or whatever, and then you put it out, and then you see it actually contacts real people, and that's like the best part. I get anxiety where I think I'm dying of sickness all the time. And it sounds crazy, but it's like, say I'll have like a scratch in my eye, I think I have eye cancer or something, or I have a headache for 2 days, which is like, I just need to drink more water probably, and I'll go to the doctor, get like an MRI, get blood tests, like, do I have this disease? And they're like, Morgan, you came in a month ago, you're healthy, you're 27, you work out, you eat, like, but that's the kind of anxiety I get, and it's crippling. But it's fun. Like, after I go to the doctor, I'm good for like a couple months, and then something else will happen, and I think I'm dying again. So we're good for now.
How do you deal with that? Just going to the doctor?
I take medication. I spend time around people that reassure me. They're like, buddy, you don't drink or smoke or anything. Like, you're fine. You don't have any cancer in your family. Like, yes, the odds are, like, eventually, like, if you're 80, yes, you might have something wrong with you, but right now, you're fine. So, like, just reassuring from people is good. I'm working on it. I should probably go to therapy. I get told that all the time. So that's a good thing. Do therapy. It's not a bad thing. I'm just too proud to do it. So
River asked, what's a song you wish you've written? Like, song by different artists that you really hoped you'd written.
That's, the script. You ever heard that band? Where like, I'm falling to pieces. That Heart Don't Break Even song. That is probably one of my favorite songs ever made. It's because it's the truest thing. When you have a breakup, both people aren't like, oh, that's great. Like, someone's hurt way more. Like, it doesn't break even. And then, like, that's such it's a great line. I love that song.
Yeah. Who would you want to collab with, dead or alive? That's the question that Layla asked.
So, some recent people that like passed probably would be Lil Peep and XXXTentacion. I think those guys were raw, and they were like massive artists, but they never said, oh, I got to make this type of song. Like, they did exactly what they wanted. So a lot of people didn't like both of them, more X didn't like, but there's people that hated on him, and I think I've felt that a lot from people. And sometimes I'm like, man, maybe I should just make a bunch of these types of songs, just be safe, don't polarize anything, and just hope a bunch of people like you. But you can't live that way. You just have to be yourself, and the right people will like you. So some of those artists, and Eminem obviously would be my number one.
For Alive.
Yeah.
To which song do you have the biggest emotional connection? This is a question by Finja.
I have this song called Who I Am. It's not out. I wrote it probably in 2018 or 19, and I am so terrified to release it because I think it's the best song I've ever made, and I don't want it to do bad, if that makes sense.
Is it a new album?
No.
No?
I've had like 4 albums that I have been too scared to put it on. It's like my break-even song, like I told you about. Like that's my best song I've ever written, and it's on piano, and it's just, I think it's like a perfect song that for me, you know. And I'm too scared to release it, but maybe we will soon.
Question by Melissa. What was it like working with Bizarre?
Oh, it was cool. I mean, so I grew up listening to D12 and Eminem's rap group, and he was like the big fat funny dude in all the lyrics. And it's funny, he lost a lot of weight. He looks good, but no, it's really cool. He's super chill, and he's not like I'm a superstar or anything. He just lives in Detroit where he's lived his whole life, and yeah, he was really nice and super easy guy to work with, which is great. Sometimes you work with artists that are just like, all right, I got to get out of here, and he was cool. I drove a motorcycle for the first time, and he had to sit in the sidecar, and that was scary. I didn't know. I kept screwing it up. I've never driven it, so I risked his life, and he was a good dude. Yeah.
Question by Nikita. What's your favorite song at the moment?
Of like not mine, but any song?
No, yeah, just any song that you just.
I don't know. I'll have to come back to that because it changes like every day. So I'll come back to that. Tell her to message me on Instagram. I'll give her an update.
I will.
Yeah.
What's your biggest pet peeve? This is a question by Kath.
People that can't mind their own business, man. Listen, there's been a lot of stuff in my life that I'm not like stoked about, and I've had to change a lot. But there's just people that, no, not that mind their own business. People that don't look in the mirror. It's like people make mistakes, and here, I'll do a positive way. People that can forgive and give people a second chance, those are people I like. I don't want to talk about like pet peeves or negativity. It's more just I love people that are like, listen, we all like fall short. We're not great. We do our best and we move on. Like you can't go back and fix anything, so why dwell on it? And the people that are forgiving of others, especially me, like in my past, those are the best people. And like I want to surround myself with those types.
And final question by Finja again. What can always put you in a good mood?
Cheesecake. I love cheese. Oh, and I love going to Germany because they have pretzels, but I love going to like Amsterdam and this part of the world, like the Netherlands and all that, because you guys have pancakes and waffles all the time, and it's amazing.
We also have these tiny pancakes.
Really?
Poffertjes.
Oh, I gotta try those. I haven't had them.
You could look around some if they have
probably have them somewhere close. Sick. Yeah, no, I love sweets. Are my favorite thing. Like I can just take a waffle, don't put anything on it, I'll just eat it. Same with a pretzel in Germany. Those are the best. It's good. So.
Thank you so much.
Amazing.
I
like your nails.
Thank you.
Yeah, I used to paint my nails black, but
I didn't take my nail polish with me.
That's okay. It looks cooler when they're scruffed up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's awesome. Well, we'll be back in Amsterdam, hopefully in February, January. February.
This album releases September.
Yeah, something like that. There's like 5 songs that no one's heard on it. Vinyl, works really hard on it. Hand wrote a bunch of the lyrics. It's a lot of cool stuff coming up.
We'll see you on tour.
Rock on. Amazing.